In Photoshop, we are going to begin to add our words. All right, so first we want to select the black layer and change its opacity to 30%. So it should be at 100%. Right now, we're going to change it down to 30%. You should be able to see your photo through it, and it may look just a little bit darker than it was before. Now you're going to use a bold font. This is why we went to dafont.com and found all those fun fonts and downloaded them. So you want this to be a bold, thick font with lots of capital letters in it. Because remember, those words are going to become a window to see our image through. When you are typing, you want to type in all white letters, okay? Be sure to spell check and make sure you haven't misspelled any words. So we're going to start by typing our first word. We're going to use the type tool, horizontal type tool over here in your toolbar. It's the one that looks like a regular letter T. I'm going to choose the font I downloaded, which is Bosox Regular. And I'm just going to type Vermont. Oh, it defaulted to Myriad Pro, so I'm going to go back. And choose my font. I'm going to change my color to white. And then I'm going to resize it. Remember, with copy in Photoshop, you do not need to hold shift when you're resizing things. But it is really important that you type in white. So I think that's a little too big. We're going to make that smaller. So you want to type it and just kind of like arrange it roughly where you want it to go, where you want it to end up in your picture. Now remember, we're going to tweak and distort each one of these words so it like can follow the ridge of our figure. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do to tweak and stretch our words is select the layer in your layers palette, which we have it. We've been typing. It automatically creates and selects this layer once you've typed it. Before you do this step, you want it to make sure your text is white. Double check it. Then choose your layer options in the top right corner of your layers palette. It's the 3 lines in the top right corner. Then you are going to click Convert to Smart Object, which takes this from editable text to an object now. Yes, I'm reading it, they are words, but this is one object now. It's no longer editable. So if it's spelled wrong, you have to delete that whole text box or this whole layer and then redo it completely because you can no longer edit it. Okay, so next we want to tweak this layer, okay? So we're going to go to the Edit drop-down menu at the very top. You're going to hover over Transform, and you're going to click Warp. What that does is it gives you a grid of warp lines to allow you to play with the handlebars and tweak and move things around, which will give your letters a little bit more motion, and it'll give you more decision making and judgment for how your word is going to kind of fit the shape. Doing this really makes a difference. So spending time in this step really, really makes a difference. Using the points and the handlebars to push and pull your text to get the perfect fit really makes your picture look awesome. When you're done, you want to tap the Enter key when you're done editing, and then continue this process over and over and over again until your person is covered in words completely. So just tap, and that's what happens. As you type, you'll get more and more layers. Once you have finished adding all of your text, change the opacity of the black layer back to 100%. So we should go back here. This should go back to 100%. Oh, and it looks like it got moved by accident, so we'll just fix that. So theoretically, if all my words were typed in, they would look like the shape of Noah Kahan, and it would look like that. Okay? So do all of your words, turn your opacity back to 100%, and then make sure you save. Now we will go on to the next tutorial.